Don't get hacked. Call me for help. Um, we're in Florida, and we just made it here like 1:30 a.m. at this camping spot, and we're on. I've got a bunch of conferences in Orlando to go to, so I am sitting down to plan out how Don't Get Hacked. Call me for help. Season 2 is gonna be structured because season 1 was one of those situations where I literally took a week to film it. No, a week to film each episode. 13 episodes, 13 weeks. And I know I talk to content creators every day, right? People interested about starting their YouTube channel, and they're asking tech support for their YouTube channel, and they're not really sure what to do or what to film. And I said, hey, with my Hollywood training, I was told to sit down and make a list of when you want to start a YouTube channel. I think this is perfect live for YouTube because there's so many wannabe creators out there, and there's so many people who are going to start creating something and then stop. And it's not literally a failure if you don't. It's only a failure if you don't come back. And my CEO, my producer was one of my producers was asking me, when are we gonna get season 2? Don't Get Hacked. Call me for help. And I was like, well, I really wanted a co-star, and I want to do it bilingual. But when you're trying to build stuff out and you meet people who want to help you with it, you got to kind of figure out if they really want to help you with it or they just want to be supporting cast, supportive audience, and maybe not be in the show full time. So I'm playing. Plus, I've had a couple other shows to produce. And then I was just asked to help with somebody else's show, and I was like, I like that aspect. There's only so many hours in the day. And we started a new YouTube channel called I Am YouTube Famous because I have so many people. This is why there hasn't been a season 2. Don't Get Hacked. Call me for help. Because at the end of the day, it's not just fair, and it's fun to shoot a podcast, but you want ROI. You want customers coming in, you want sponsors, you want some type of tangible return on investment, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get asked the question, how much money you're making off of it, and is it sustainable full-time job? I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna be a full-time job. I literally had an email yesterday, somebody telling me they didn't want YouTube to be they want to take my advice, but they don't want YouTube to be their full-time job. And I was like, you gotta put in 10,000 hours, and it's not gonna be. It might be a full-time job, but it's not gonna be full-time income until you figure out your niche and how many videos you can realistically pump out in a month, because you might need to create your all your seasons up front and then schedule them to go out on a drip campaign. So there's a lot of people who are scaring themselves away from getting started before they even get started. And as being, chief technology officer for MupoEntertainment.com and helping other creators at MupoEntertainment.com create shows, pump the shows. Like, there's technical issues around every corner. And realistically, the world, most people are making their shows, shooting their videos, making their podcasts because they believe it's bringing people into their channel. They believe it's bringing customers in, that they're getting traction. And I think the world, the part of the segment of the market that's actually bringing results to is very small. Not saying you can't make money as a podcaster, and that's not worth it. It's 100% worth it, but you got to be smart about it, because if you're not smart about it, you're gonna get burned out. Because let me tell you, when you start making a podcast and the team is expecting one episode per week, 13 episodes in your is worried about making videos and getting them out. And then, like, if you have no standards, it's fine. You can just shoot a video like this and pump. Typically a podcast is a 23 to 25 minute episode, with the extra 5 to 7 minutes being ads for your podcast, being ad space, whether or not you have an advertiser who's paying you for that ad space, or you're just putting in blank filler commercials from your business or your wife's business or whatever. Like, traditionally, show's gonna be 30 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes of commercials, 23, 25 minutes of talk. Um, it takes a week full time of you writing out a story and then storyboarding it and building it out, because you might start something like, I know people can sit and interview somebody for an hour and say, "Hey, I'm going to release this as a podcast," but in reality, is anybody going to watch it or listen to it? Um, I know I've been interviewed on a ton of podcasts. Now there's AI tools that will edit it and throw it up for you. Um, they still have to learn how to use those AI tools and edit it and throw it up on the internet and all that fun stuff. So, you're saying we want to help creators get over their excuses. So, for my show, it's coming. I've played with a bunch of stories. I got a bunch of stuff ready for it, but I really wanted to, again, break it into pieces like my first season, and not just have me as a talking head behind a desk, but then you got to plan that out and record content, and then just make sure the whole episode flows. Um, there is a backlog of interviews I have to upload, but business-wise, since July of last year, I've been stretched to the limit with travel and helping other people for, very low pay, because at the end of the day, I want all the business owners out there to win, and a lot of the time they're just getting in their way, right? Because I'm like, here, I'm reminding people to record videos all the time, and I just get excuses. And it's just like, I had an email yesterday, and somebody's like, "You've given me great advice. I know everything I need to start, but I like the path this other YouTuber is taking more." And I was like, I go look up. I know who the YouTuber is. I don't personally know them, but I've looked at their content before, and I know that they're not monetized yet. They have 667,000 subscribers and millions of views. They're missing watch hours, and this is the whole point of this rant I'm going on. Watch hours. You may get away with getting advertisers who only ask you for your subs and your views, and if you can fake your way through getting an advertiser, great on you. But at the end of the day, I know YouTube ain't paying you for having you should if you have thousands. It only takes 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. Then you scale that channel using whatever methods you've used to get to 660,000 viewers or subs, and then millions of watch hours. But on YouTube, a view is classified as somebody watching your video for a second. That ain't, even with 3 million 1 second views, you're not at enough watch hours to get monetized. So just think about that. Um, Obviously, the ultimate goal is to get your face out there, your business out there, and get indexed on Google search and AI tools so you can get your message out there. But B, you want people, you don't want to be pushing out a bunch of junk, and you don't want to be pushing out just a bunch of stuff, because I see this all the time. I know people. I'm gonna go hang out with somebody this weekend who's got 4 dead YouTube channels. 4 dead YouTube channels. I'm literally going to a men's conference this weekend with a bunch of entrepreneurs, and I'm just going in as the person who can help them if they need to elevate their content style, elevate their content production, just elevate their lives. But a lot of people don't want to say, yeah, I need help with this, because they're embarrassed that they need help with it. So we want to, this is why I started IamYouTubeFamous.com. We're hosting weekly chats. Weekly is 9 a.m. Eastern. It's somebody told me they didn't have time for master classes, so I should call it university. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's a weekly Zoom call where I'm going to sit down with you and go over planning out your video content. And you know what? We might be planning it today, and you're not going to start it till December. But I want you to have a real good idea of how much mental exhaustion you're going to go through, planning it out without even doing it. And this is why I want you to start doing it, and then you can plan stuff out. So just, 5-minute videos, just get started. I told my students to write a script and get started, and we're already seeing people wanting to back out because they like my approach, but they don't want to. They want to do what somebody else is doing, and I'm like, what? The thing the other person is doing is selling courses at X amount, and I'm like, that's great. You can sell courses at $47 a month and make millions of dollars, but you need traffic. You need somebody to know who you are. You need somebody to see your video. And I'm betting you the way those people are getting thousands and thousands of views, their subscribers, and millions of views but no watch time, is they're running paid ads. They're running traffic. That's how these people are building stuff out, is they're running traffic to their social medias. And that works if you're selling a course, but if you want to be discovered on YouTube, shoot YouTube videos. Upload a 5-minute YouTube video once a week. Start telling people about you, because you know what? You can plan for all the stuff you want to do in your business, but I'm telling you right now, I've been in business for 20 years and I'm not making millions of dollars per year. We're in the 6 figures, but we're not in the millions per year, and you see how much effort and time I put into things. And I go to events all across the world. So, food for thought right now. This is how much energy it takes to run a business. I want to employ people and help them level up their game. But at the end of the day, people need to discover us on the internet. So, here's my challenge. You got a business, you want to become YouTube famous, you want to become a YouTuber like Mr. Beast or anybody out there on YouTube. You got to get started, and there can't be any excuses, because you know what? 10,000 hours. You're going to have to go through 10,000 hours of YouTube creation to even feel comfortable with YouTube creation. 10,000 hours to get comfortable. So as soon as you can click that record button, the sooner, quicker, faster you're going to be at success. You're going to have to learn how to write scripts. You're going to have, you can pump out AI videos. You still have to write the script. You still have to pay money for the software. You still have to write the script. You still have to verify it's conveying the type of message you want it to convey. And you still got to upload it to your YouTube channel and then go tell the world about your YouTube channel. There is a ton of work involved in any business you're going to get into, whether it's me driving to people's houses to fix their computers, consulting them on podcast creation, consulting them on YouTube creation. There is a ton of work involved with everything, and you need to take a lot of people's advices, but you also have to act on all that advice you're getting. So time, and I gotta get rolling out of here. Our parking spot is right here in front of a citrus orchard. Somewhere 3 hours north of Orlando. Have a great day.